This is Aunt Ravy back with another what if. But this what if is, what if Deku had a half quirk and teleportation? So how this would happen is Deku's mom, uncle, will have a weak teleportation quirk. So like she'll probably teleport from her house to the store that's right across the street. So she can't teleport that far. And Deku's father will have a half quirk, and his half a half quirk is like Todoroki's, basically ice and fire, but it's nowhere near as strong as Todoroki's. Like it's very weak. So with Deku, his quirk is a lot different. So he will have a half quirk, but his fire would be pure white, and his ice would be pure white. So the hottest temperatures of fire and the lowest temperatures of ice. And he could teleport all over the world that he's been to and can see. So let's get into the what if. So when Deku is the night before Deku's 4th birthday, when they're about to check what quirk he has, Deku, they're talking, Deku and his mother are talking about what quirk he might have, and they're all really excited. So Deku goes to sleep, and when he wakes up in the morning, Uncle tells Deku that he had an appointment at 4 p.m. today, and right now it's early in the morning. Deku just woke up, so Deku will have some waffles or whatever they have in Japan for breakfast, and Inko will tell Deku that he could go to the park to play a little bit before he has to go to the doctor. Oh, wait, he doesn't have to go to the doctor at 4. He has to go to the doctor at 2. So right now it's like 12 p.m. and Inko takes Deku to the park. So there's Bakugo's there and his goons, like his 2 friends. That's always hanging around him in the beginning of the show. Or when they're small, I mean. So Bakugo and Deku are like, because Bakugo like doesn't know if Deku has a quirk yet, they're friends, but they're not best friends. So like Bakugo won't bully him, but like he wouldn't treat him the best. Like, if you know what I mean. So Deku was like, hey Bakugo, and Bakugo was like, oh hey, today you're gonna find out whose quirk is better, mine's or yours. And Deku was like, yeah, I hope my quirk is as cool as yours, cause like Deku's like still his shy self, like, or he would be like, oh yeah, I hope I get a cool quirk like you, Bakugo. And Bakugo would say, oh no, nobody's quirk will be ever as flashy as mine. I'm gonna be the #1 hero, better than All Might. And Deku was like, yeah, and I'm gonna be the second #1 hero, or the second hero, cause like he like follows Bakugo, so he doesn't want to steal Bakugo's dreams, but he does want to be the #1 hero still. Bakugo sees this girl who's making dolls and dollhouses, and she's playing with it. Deku comes up to her like, what quirk do you have? And she was like, or no, he would walk up to this girl and be like, is that your quirk to make dolls and dollhouses? Such a lame quirk. And this girl would say, no, that's not my quirk. My quirk is I could create anything. It's just that these are the only things I know how to create right now. And Bakugo's like, that's so lame. And he's about to explode this girl, and Deku just on reflexes teleports, grabs this girl and teleport before the explosion hit her. And Bakugo's like, what? Where did she go? And Deku just surprised that he just did that, cause like to him, he was surprised. Then she was like, thank you. And when Bakugo heard her say thank you, he was like, what? And he turned around, he saw Deku like touching her, and, like she moved there. He was like, and Bakugo was like, Deku, do you know what happened? He was like, yeah, I just woke up my quirk. I teleported and saved her. They were like, why you saved her? I was like, because I don't want to be a bully like you. And what Bakugo hears that he was a bully, he tries to explode Deku and this girl again, and Deku just teleports. But like it's like behind Bakugo or something. And like Bakugo was like, your quirk is nowhere near as flashy as mine. And Deku was like, yeah. And he was like, just leave the girl alone. And Bakugo just like, he doesn't feel like dealing with this right now, cause he says that he'll get Deku back, but back in his head, as that young age, he knows he can't hit Deku, so he just backed off. But he didn't mention that he backed off. He just like, let's just go. Like, we have other things better than them two. So Deku will ask, so Inko will be like, oh, Deku just awoke his quirk. We have to go to the quirk doctor. And before Deku leaves, he goes to the girl and says, are you okay? And if you haven't already caught on by now, this girl is Momo. And Momo was like, thank you for saving me. And she was like, yes, I'm okay. And Momo was like, so Deku was like, bye. And Momo said, before you leave, can we take a picture? Because she creates a camera, like a small camera that prints pictures, or small pictures. Because you know why I said small. And she takes a picture with Deku or Izuku. And she was like, what's your name? And Deku would be like, Izuku Midoriya. He would be like, what's yours? And I don't know Momo's last names, so and I don't feel like researching it right now. So I'm just gonna say her name is Momo something, whatever her last name is. And Deku would be like, cool. And he'd be like, bye, I hope I can see you tomorrow. And like, she's like, bye. And they take a picture, and she gives one picture to him and keeps one picture for herself. So, Deku's mom or Inko would be like, it was like, Deku, you don't look at your quirk. You have a teleportation quirk like me. And Deku was like, yay, I'm like, mommy. And they go to the quirk doctor right away because like it's probably like 1:30, and like it takes like a 30-minute drive to get there, and he just awoke his quirk. They arrive at the quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor does his checkups and all that, and he was like, you're indeed right, he does have a teleportation quirk. And they were like, yay. And Inko and Deku was like, yeah, I have a quirk, I can be the #1 hero. And the doctor started laughing, or like he'll do a small chuckle, like, cause like that's like every kid say that, so he does a small chuckle, and he was like, but you have another quirk. And Deku is surprised, like, what? Yeah, you have a half quirk. Or he'll be like, yeah, Deku, you have like 3 quirks, because I didn't mention this before, but you have like 3 quirks. So, or you basically have 2 quirks, but like you could consider the third one a quirk, I guess. So Deku would be like, okay, what's the second quirk? Tell me that one first. And he would be like, the doctor will say you have a half fire, half ice. But not just no regular half fire, half ice. You have pure white fire, pure white ice. And the pure white fire is the hottest fire you can ever get. The pure white ice is the hottest ice you can ever get. Oh, Deku's like, really? Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be the #1 hero. But Inko be like, okay, what's his third quirk though? And she'll be like, if he has the hottest flames and the hottest or the coldest ice, what did he freeze or burn? And that's what the doctor would be like. So you could consider this a quirk or you can't. Either way you want to look at it is your opinion. He has a really high immunity to fire and ice. So his fire and ice doesn't do anything to him. So if you compare his fire to Endeavor can't do anything to him. But say you have someone who has cremation, he could not really do anything to him either. But if only the fire or nobody can do, like, he's immune to fire and ice basically. And nobody has the code of ice yet. Or nobody has the code of ice or fire to break through his immunity. But the doctor says the only one thing that's bad, right, or that's not good, is that if you overuse your fire, or overuse your ice, you could probably freeze and burn. But a way to stop that, if you're overusing it, is use your fire and ice at the same time, so it balances each other out. And the doctor told Deku this and Inko. And Deku like, Mommy, I'm gonna be better than All Might one day. My fire, ice like Dad, and my teleportation like you. I will make you proud. I'll make you and Daddy proud. And Inko do a smile, and the doctor smile. And the doctor says, come back, because, like, today is a really packed day. He says, come back tomorrow so I can explain your fire, ice quirk, and your teleportation quirk. He was like, yay! So Deku would be like, Mommy, can I go back to the park so I could tell Momo? Because him and Momo are, like, friends now. And he would tell Bakugo. And she was like, yes. So because Inko's doing a surprise for Deku, so he was like, I'll pick you up in like 1 hour. He was like, okay, but if I don't pick you up in an hour, make sure you have one of the parents, mostly Bakugo's mom. What was her name? I don't remember her name, but she was like, make sure you have, because the park is like 3 minutes away, and she said, make sure Bakugo's mom takes you to our house if I'm not here to pick you up in 1 hour. He was like, okay. So he sees Bakugo and his goons and his friends. He was like, hey, Bakugo, I have a quirk. He was like, duh, I saw that. No, but he was like, let me explain my quirk to you. He was like, fine, I better nowhere near as flashy as my quirk. He was like, okay, so as you see before, I could teleport, but I have 3 quirks. He was like, you have 3 quirks? Or Deku was like, or you can say it's 4 quirks. But like, so he was like, what's your other quirks then, Deku? He was like, so I have pure white flames, which is the hottest, and I have pure white ice, which is the coldest, and I have a fire immunity and an ice immunity. Only fire and ice that can break my immunity is my white flames, or pure white ice, if I overuse them. And he was like, cool. And then Baki was like, cool. And they have a small friendship for me now. Like, they're gonna be best friends. And he finds Momo because she's still at the park. He was like, hey, Momo, and he was like, I have quirk. She was like, yeah, I saw your teleportation quirk. He was like, yeah, and I have a fire and ice quirk and an immunity to fire and ice. She was like, wow, you have like 3 quirks. And Deku was like, yeah. he was like, and like, you already know I'm gonna do a Deku X Momo ship here. Like, yeah, duh. So he was like, I have to go, or his mom will come pick Deku up. So Inko will bring Deku back to the house, is where his dad is waiting for him. And Deku hasn't seen his dad in like a year, cause like he works a lot. Like, as we know the storyline, Mom's gonna make his dad involved in this storyline, so he can help him. So, so Deku's dad was surprised. Deku would be like, surprise, and he'd be like, Dad, and like he'll run up because his dad and him are like best friends. Like, you see what I'm gonna do here. So, Deku, Inko would be like, bring out the cake and have dinner. After dinner and a cake, Deku would be like, can we open up my presents now? And Inko and Deku's dad would be like, yes. Inko would give him the newest edition, All Might action figure, and Deku like loves this. Like, he has every single one of the collection. And Deku's dad would be like, I don't know if you like this, but this is passed down to every single boy in the family, and this is very special to every man in the family. And he was like, really? And it's a necklace, I guess you could say, that has the chain that you could open up and put a picture. And he was like, oh, thank you. And Deku dad would be like, he'd give him the necklace. He was like, what is this for? He was like, you put a picture of somebody portrait that people that are portrait in your life, and on the other side it says, with great responsibility, quote, Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And he'll be like, what do I put in there? And he'll like, and Deku Dao was telling him to put a picture of like your family and somebody you want to protect. So he puts a picture of his family, duh, and a picture of Momo, the picture of him and Momo. And Deku's dad and Inko were like, who is this? He was like, oh, girl that I saved when I woke in my quirk. And like, like, that's all he would really say, because he doesn't know that much about Momo yet. So he was like, what does the great power comes great responsibility? He was like, what does that mean? And Deku's dad like say, you have a great quirk, so make sure you use it to become the greatest hero out there and become #1 hero, just like All Might. And Deku would be like, yeah. So the next day, or for the past month, Deku and Momo, for the past month, Deku and Momo had just been playing around at the park, having fun, and all this stuff. So, disregard what I said about the picture. They haven't took the picture yet. So on one day, when Deku was coming to the park, he sees Momo crying, and like, he's been working on his quirk. Like, he could teleport from one place to another at this point, and he can use his 5 eyes, but not to a very good extent. Like, he still doesn't use it in public because like his fire will burn somebody, which I'll explain something later, and his ice will freeze somebody instantly. So he doesn't use it near people yet. So he teleports to Momo. He was like, what's wrong, Momo? And then she'll look up and see Deku. and she'll be crying and sniffling, and she'll be like, I have to move away because my dad job requires a lot of moving, and he has to move again. And Mama and Deku would be sad, and Mama would still be crying. He'd be like, it's okay, we'll see each other again one day. He would like, will you still be coming over here? She'd be like, no, like we're moving a little far away, so it would be like a 45, like an hour drive just to get to this park. He would be like, oh, okay, but it's okay. Oh, well, is that if we'll find each other one day again? Cause like they don't know, but like they have a crush on each other. Like, but they're still like 4 years old. It's like they don't really know what this means. But like he'll be like, it doesn't matter. We'll find each other again one day. And she'll be like, yeah. And Momo and Deku will give him his first ever All Might action figure. She'll be like, because she knows Deku really well at this point. She'll be like, no way you can give me this. This is your favorite toy. And he'll be like, it's okay. This is just to remember me by. And Momo will create a doll that looks like him, the doll that looks like her. And she'll make a small camera. And she knows that about his necklace because he always wears it, and like that's the one thing he doesn't let anybody touch, not even her. And she makes a small picture for the necklace and a small action figure of her stuff that can fit in the necklace. And she was like, here, if you want to, it's small enough to put on your necklace, and I will always carry this around so I can remember you and you can remember me. And they take a picture together and say goodbye. Now Momo's leaving and she says goodbye. Deku's really sad because like he just lost his best friend, and Momo's sad because she just lost her first friend. Because like if you don't know, I'm just gonna say Momo, where she was at, like when she was little, she didn't have that much friends, and like everybody bullied her because her quirk was so lame. And yeah, and Deku was the first person to defend her and help her and become her friend. So she just lost her first friend and her best friend. So, and Momo's mother and father would be like, Momo, why are you crying? And she'll be like, because I have to say goodbye to my best friend and my first friend. And they'll be like, oh, we're so sorry. And Momo will be like, it's okay. She'll be like, it's okay. He told me he will find me one day, and I believe him. If he could teleport anywhere in the world, he could definitely find me one day. And like that's what Deku told Momo, and they be like, in their minds, their parents will like, do a small joke and be like, young love, cause like clearly they'll be like young love that doesn't even know they love each other, and they'll be like, I'm so sorry that we have to move, and Momo will be like, it's okay, and she'll say yeah, all that stuff. So they'll move away. Time skip 10 years later. Or no. Oh yeah, 10 years later. Deku's 14 now. Bakugo. And it's the school year. Deku is pretty buff. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's pretty buff for 14 because he works out a lot. Well, I'll tell you later. And the teacher walks in and be like, it has a whole bunch of papers because like they're supposed to fill it out to see what jobs they want. And he'll throw them up in the air and be like, I know all y'all want to be heroes. And the whole class will be like, yeah. And Bakugo will be like, I'm going to be the #1 hero. And I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be better than all y'all. Teach, don't put me in with these losers next year. and then the teacher be like, "Oh yeah, young Bakugo, you will be going to UA, or you did do application for UA, right?" He'll be like, "Yup, and I'm gonna be the number one hero, just like I'm gonna be better than all my." And everybody's giving him a stare like, "You're so cocky, bro." And and the teacher will be like, "Oh yeah, young Midoriya is also going to UA on a recommendation." And Walker will be like, "What? How does that nerd get a recommendation? I did it." And Deku will be like, "Because I'm stronger than you, smarter than you, I'm just better than you in all way." And the teacher wouldn't really say he's right, but he would say he's right. Like, he'd be like, "Yeah, he has to be." Or like, he'll side with Deku or Midoriya, whatever you want to call it. He'll side with Midoriya and be like, "He is right, Bakugo. There's not a reason that he got a recommendation." He was like, "I'm gonna beat you one day, Midoriya." And he was like, "Sure, you haven't laid a touch on me once in our fights." I'm just gonna say, Bakugo tries to fight Deku like every week and he loses. Or he won once. Or no, they probably fought, I'm just gonna say 100 times. No, like 50 times. And Bakugo only won like 5 times. And he was like, "I'm going to beat you." He's like, "Okay." And only reason Bakugo won is so Deku and Bakugo are friends, like they're best friends, but like they have a great rival. So only reason Deku or Midoriya let Bakugo win, so so he can make Bakugo stronger if he thinks if to show that his training is paying off, cause so yeah, all that happens. So I'm gonna explain Deku's power. Alright, so on his teleportation quirk, he can teleport to any place he's been to, and any place he can see. So say like he's been to, and he makes sure he goes to a lot of places on purpose. So they've been to a lot of places, all in Japan. So like, yeah, like he could wherever he sees, like he could teleport to there. And the only thing about his teleportation quirk would be, oh okay. So this is why he works out. His teleportation quirk uses a lot of stamina. So like he could spam his teleportation quirk for a while before he use stamina. But like once he do like that's why he trains so hard. Cause like he could probably like do like 30 times as a kid before he trained. Or like no, he could only do it like 20 times. 20 times before he can't do anything anymore. But you might think like that's a lot. But if you really think about it, Deku wouldn't be that strong when he used his teleportation quirk. Like yeah, he could teleport behind the person, but like or next to whoever and like hit him, but like it wouldn't do damage. He has to keep teleporting so he doesn't get hit. So yeah. So right now he could spam. It's kind of like Kamui. If you watch Naruto, and it's kind of like Obito's Kamui. So he could literally stand still, teleport, but it looks like he's still there, but it phases right through him. That's the one thing that he's trying to practice, because he did it once on accident, and that's like what he's trying to do. Instead of just teleporting, like teleport all over the place, he just tries to phase through the punches and stuff. But like he hasn't mastered that ability yet, and he only could do it twice a day, and like it takes a lot out of him. That's before he trained, but now because he's trained and has a lot more stamina, he can't spam it like Obito does, but he he's as strong as Clay. He could do as much as Kakashi. Yeah, no, like he just can't spam it like Obito, but he could use it a decent amount of times, like 10 times a day, before he gets tired, and that's before he gets tired, so he still has energy to teleport. So let's say Deku's stamina is 100. His phasing takes, his phasing takes 5%. And that 5%, if he does it 10 times a day, he has 50% left. So he could do it 20 times, but like he doesn't. This is why he doesn't do it 20 times. His regular just teleportation takes 1%, so he could just spam that all the time he wants. But him just walking, breathing, or just staying alive takes stamina for Deku because of his teleportation cord. So he always has 50% or has at least 20% left to do all that. Like he'll be a little tired, but he wouldn't. Or I wouldn't say he dies, but like he wouldn't like pass out. So that's why he doesn't use his phasing ability a lot or like, so much. But as his stamina grows, the more times he gets phased. And he figured this out by spamming his phasing, passing out, and all that stuff. He figured this out. He writes a chart, and like Deku is like really smart at this, what if. And he calculated what his stamina is. We're just gonna say right now when he's 14, it's only 100. But normal people that doesn't have like a cord that doesn't revolve around stamina only has like 50. Weird to say. So he has a double amount of regular people. But like people like All Might, people like that have a lot. What you to say? Okay, but his fire ice quirk or his like attack and defense quirk. So, so the cool thing about his fire and ice is that his fire, he can make it where it's hottest temperature and it's coldest temperature, and his coldest temperature, it doesn't really do anything to be honest. It's just like white flames, and he uses that for like to fly. Or no, he doesn't know how to fly. Or so if you watch the Fire Force anime, how they shoot fire out of the free, he doesn't know how to do that yet. But he knows how to create things out of his fire and ice. And right now, the only thing he knows how to do, which he's gonna learn how to fly. But like he's gonna only do this because he think this is a colder way. He can make a fire hoverboard, and like it basically flies around for him, and like he can make all different things out of fire, and his ice, and he's good enough where he could just make fire out of nowhere. So it doesn't have to be anything around him. He could just make fire anywhere. And his ice, he could do the same thing. He could basically, if you watch Fairy Tail, he could make macro ice magic, and like he could just make anything out of ice, basically. And he also could control the temperature of his ice. Like he can make it where it doesn't freeze you, or it just like hurts you kind of. Alright, so let's get to the anime. Or his recommendation is 10 months, and a recommendation. Alright, whatever it's called. His semester training, he upgrades his stamina, let's just say 10%. So now he could do 11, or no, he could do 12 phase before he gets tired, or before that's his limit, or that's gonna be his limit, I guess you could say. And so comes the recommendation exam, and all we saw was a race because that's when we went to Todoroki. And that one bro kid, I forgot his name. Yeah. So, this is the interesting part. He sees Momo, but like, he's not sure if that's a Momo. Because like, she grew up. Like, they're not 4 years old no more. But before we get to this, we're gonna go to Momo's upside. So like, now she's in middle school. She's popular. She's rich. All this stuff. And like, and her friends. So some of her friends, when they're walking home, and when they're walking to Momo's house to have like a party or something, whoever goes to do, they were like, "Oh, I heard that these more boys asked you out today," and she was like, yeah." She was like, "What did you say? Did you accept their love this time?" She was like, "No, I can't because like, I would hate for somebody to like me, or yeah, like me, and I don't like them back." She was like, and she would think of Deku when she says this, and because now she knows that she actually likes him, and Deku knows he actually likes Bobo too. And she'll be like, "Yeah," and they'll be like, "Do you like somebody at least?" She'll be like, "Yeah, I knew him since we were kids. He was my first friend, and he saved me from a bully. He was saving me from bullies, Bakugo basically." And they will go in her room, and they'll be like, "Why do you have this action figure in your like treasure case?" Remember, like their box where they keep all their important stuff like jewelry or stuff. I don't know what it's called. And a picture of him, or her picture of her. So she was outside of a necklace, like Deku, and her picture of him is in there. And she'll be like, "Oh, that random boy, he gave me that on the day I had to leave." And he said, he has a teleportation for it. He's like, he will find me one day. I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, her friends be like, "Oh, a little story." And she'll blush. And like, yeah. Now back to the exam. Deku, or yeah, he would see Momo, but like, he would think that's Momo. He would open his necklace and like, "Is that her?" I don't know. I'm not gonna ask her because he's not as shy in this what if, but when it comes to Momo, he's shy. So I'm just gonna say that they have to say their names, and when it's Deku's turn, he would say, "My name is Izuku Midoriya," and when Momo hears this, he was like, "That's him." Like she'll tell her friends, "That's him," and they'll be like, "Wow, he's buff and strong." Like, Deku doesn't look like his pretty self. Like, he's probably as tall as Todoroki or Shoto, and he's not like buff or he's not buff where like it looks creepy, but he's buff enough where you're like, oh, you'd be like, "Oh, he's buff," and they'd be like, "Ooh, okay, I see you, Momo." That's what her friends would say. And when it's Momo's turn, she would be like, Momo, whoever her last name, I don't know her last name. And when Izuku hears this, he's like, "That is Momo." And so after everybody introduced themselves at the recommendation exam, no, they're about to do the race. But they have like a minute before a race to prepare. And Deku, as you know, they get into the race right away. Deku will create a fire hoverboard, and Todoroki and the wind person will be like, they'll have a little talk about like, I'm gonna win. And Deku will just be like, sorry, but I'm gonna win. And they go like, sure. And they're all about to race. The person says, 3, 2, 1, go! Deku doesn't even use his fire hoverboard, he just teleports and wins. Yeah, I just got shocked because y'all forgot he had that ability. Okay, yeah, but he just teleports and we're like, and just I like he's tired or something. Like, damn, that took y'all a long time. You like, what? You like, I have a teleportation quirk. Yeah, they were like, what was that hoverboard thing you created? Oh, you're like, oh, that was just a distraction to fool y'all. He was there like, what? Yeah. So the word dude wouldn't go to UA still. Everybody that's recommended it still goes to UA. Alright, so they all know they're going to UA, cause like, yeah, I'm just gonna say they all know. So the first day of UA. Oh wait, after the exam, Deku will walk up to Momo like, hey Momo, you remember me? And she was like, oh yeah, hey Midoriya. And they would just talk. And Deku was like, I told you I'll find you one day. If she like, oh yeah, you clearly found me. Not like I found you. They're so laughing. And like, they'll talk and Midoriya would be like, so Momo.
You take the trash out.
Okay. Alright, so Deku will say, Momo, would you like to get some tea at like some store? And like, and she'll be like, yeah. He'll be like, okay, it's a date. She'll blush and like, she'll be like, okay, I guess it's a date. Oh, Momo already told him that she's rich and that that she loves tea. Yeah. So that Saturday they go out for tea. At some store wherever they get tea from. And Momo pulls up in a Lambo or in a really fancy car, I mean, with 2 bodyguards right behind her. He'd be like, oh hey Momo. She'll be like, hey. He'd be like, oh, I see you brought bodyguard. And she'll be like, yeah, my dad made me. And he would be like, okay. So they'd have tea talk, and then the bodyguards were just staring at them, and Deku, he'll write something down, or he'll write, you want to get out of here and leave the bodyguards. I could teleport us out, and he'll write it out and pass it to Momo, and she'll look at it, she'll shake her head, yeah, and Deku will touch Momo's leg, because he just has to touch any part of the person's body part, and boom, they teleport. And he leaves a note, or Momo leaves a note, says, I'll be back soon, don't worry, just stay here, we'll be back in like 2 hours. The bodyguards are freaking out, but then they see the note, they be like, okay, fine. But they'll think if she's not back in 2 hours, then you're gonna look for her. And Deku just teleports them to. Where does he teleport them to? Okay, he just teleports them to a park, or just a random park, or like, he'll be like, yeah. So they'll just talk, and he had this plan from the beginning. And there was a picnic waiting for them, and all this romantic stuff. waiting for him and Momo, and they all just talk, catch up, and be like. So at the end, Mo was like, "Okay, I always have to come back." And he was like, "Okay, but can I ask you something?" And Midori would be like, "This is a very important question." She'll be like, "Yeah." She'll be like, Midori will say, "Would you want to go out again next Saturday and be a couple next time?" She will blush and be like, "Yeah, I was." And Momo would be like, "Yes, I would like that." And she was like, "I was really hoping you would see that." And they are like, over, I guess. Oh, and Mo was like, "I have a great idea. We could change our old pictures and put new ones." He was like, Deku was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Momo will create a like a really good camera this time instead of a camera she created back then. And like she's about to take the picture. She was like, "Oh, close your eyes real quick. I'm gonna do something real quick." And he was like, "Okay." And she kisses him and takes the picture. He opens his eyes right before the picture clicked, and like he didn't do. He backed up and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You can't show that to nobody." He like, she like, "Yeah, yeah, I won't." And then he was like, "Okay, can I have my picture now?" Oh, she was like, "Oh, so you do want the picture? I thought you didn't like it." He was like, "No, I just unexpected." It." And she was like, "Oh, okay." So she'll give him a picture, and he keeps the old picture, but he cuts it in half, or no, or he puts it on. He takes out the Momo doll and put the picture on the other side. And Momo does the same thing. And Deku teleports her back. And yeah, their first date. First day of UA. So let's not get into the story. Or should I give Deku one for all? What wouldn't he have one for all like? So after that day, he did feel like teleporting. Or he teleported Momo back to the place. He was like, "Bye, Momo," and she'll be bye. And Deku would just walk home, like daydreaming like what just happened. And he'll walk under the bridge. Yeah, he'll walk under the bridge. Okay, this happened. This happened 2 weeks before UA. Just to let y'all know. So he walks under the bridge. The slug villain attacks him. On instant, on instant, he phases right through the monsters. He shoots out. So he makes fire. Or like, yeah, he makes fireballs and just shoots them at the sludge villain, which is like burning him. And then he doesn't want to kill the sludge villain, so he freezes him and just freezes him where he can't move, but his hand is still there so he can breathe, but he just can't do anything else. And always like, "I am here, no fear, I am here." Well, he like, "Oh, you already caught the slug villain?" And Deku like, "Yeah." And Deku like, "All Might," because he's so All Might is his second favorite hero, because his favorite hero is his dad. But like his real favorite hero is All Might. He was like, "Oh my, keep my notebook," and then All Might would sign it, and All Might would collect the slug villain, and he'll be like, "Goodbye." He'll be like, "What's your name, young kid?" He'll be like, "Azuka Midoriya." And he'll be like, "Oh, young Midoriya, nice work you did here. Midoriya will be like, oh, thank you, All Might. And All Might would say, what quirk do you have? Like, Deku would be like, oh, okay, I have a teleportation quirk, a half fire, half ice quirk, immunity to fire, immunity to ice. He was like, whoa, you have a lot of quirks there. And he was like, yeah, but like, I'll mostly use my fire for attacking and my ice sometimes for attacking, mostly for defense, and my teleportation to phase. Like he was like, oh, try to hit me. He was like, okay. And all my wouldn't do at his full force, probably like 5%, and Deku would just teleport or phase right through his hand. He would like see, and he'll move back so like, and then flip All Might. Oh, I'm like, oh, very cool, quirk of your young Midoriya. Midoriya was like, you think I can be a hero just like you, All Might? He was like, yes, young Midoriya. I would think with some training, you could definitely be the #1 hero. And when Deku hears this, like his eyes glow in joy. And yeah, All Might he's looking for a successor still. And like he was like, this kid is not bad. He has a very good quirk too, and he's pretty built for his age. I'm gonna think of him. And all I was so deep in thought when he jumped off, the slug villain got out, or the bottle jumped and the cap opened and the slug villain got out. Boom! The next thing that so the next thing that Midoriya and All Might hears boom, and All Might is about to transform, and he can't do anything, and Midoriya is it was like he teleports to where he heard the boom, and he sees Bakugo stuck in the slug villain. And he's like, why are you not doing anything? And the heroes were like, because we have nothing. We have no course to help him. Deku just want to say because Bakugo and him were best friends, and Midoriya would just teleport right past the heroes, and freezes the slug villain, but he warms. He also shoots fire, so the Bakugo has enough heat for him to sweat, so he go make an explosion. Or no, he freezes Bakugo's hands so he can't make explosions, and freezes the slug villain like really cool when he can't move, and he teleports to Bakugo, touches Bakugo without the slug villain, and he could choose what he wants to teleport. Like if he wants to teleport a lot of things, or just one thing, and so he doesn't teleport the slug villain. At that same moment, he teleports Bakugo. That split second before he moves, he freezes the slug villain all the way, and for the heroes to catch the slug villain and save Bakugo. The slug villain gets captured by the heroes. It was like the heroes were, that kid, that was really risky of you. Never do that again. It was like, and this is where something clicks into Deku. He was like, I was wrong for doing that, for saving my best friend, while y'all just stand there and watch him die. Y'all are fake heroes. And then that's where he would just get really mad when the hero said that. He would be like, yeah, he just teleports off. And all my scenes is just like, oh yeah, I definitely want that kid to be my successor. He knows what's right and wrong and how to help people who's in need. So Deku teleports off with Bakugo because everybody's trying to surround him, and other superheroes try to scroll Deku further using his quirk against a villain without having a hero license, and he just teleports off. Bakugo was like, thank you, Deku. He was like, it's fine. I know you could have got out there yourself, but like, I know you could have got out there yourself. But I just wanted to help just in case. He was like, oh, thanks. And Bakugo will leave, and All Might will appear like, I am here, and he'll be like, oh hey, All Might. He'll like, All Might, why are you here? He'll de-transform. He'll be like, imposter, and he'll freeze All Might and keep his head over. He'll be like, who are you? Who, you're not All Might? And he'll just have a fireball in his other hand. Yeah, he was like, I am the real All Might. And Deku kind of believing him, unfreezes All Might. And All Might tells him his story, all that stuff. He was like, I want you to be my successor of All for One, or One for All. And Deku was thinking about this. He was like, as a seed, will upgrade my quirk to be stronger. But do I really want his quirk to make me stronger? Oh, shut up. He was like, and while Deku's thinking this, he'll, yes, I should do this. This is for All Might. All Might chose me to be his successor. And Deku was like, yes, I'll take your quirk. He'll be like, alright, meet me at the beach tomorrow, young Midoriya. And he meets All Might at the beach. And for the next 2 weeks, it will leave. That's all. I'm not gonna say there's nowhere near as much trash as there is original. So it only took Deku like 3 days to clear up the trash. Like, he needs to be strong and buff, have a lot of stamina for his teleportation quirk and to phase. And he was like, why are you so buff, young Midoriya? So strong, so much stamina. And he said, All Might was like, he could probably use 30% of One for All right off the bat. That's crazy. Or he'll be like, no, he could probably use 25% or One for All right off the bat. That's crazy. Deku or Midori will be like, oh, it's because of my teleportation quirk. I need to have a lot of stamina to use that phasing ability you saw me do. And it takes 5% out of me on my stamina, and my regular teleportation just takes 1%. So I need a lot of stamina to phase. So I only can phase 12 times a day, but it's fine. And All Might get use Deku his quirk, and it's only been 3 days, so Deku still has a while. Like, he has 11 days to trade with it. And again, Deku's smart. So when All Might says, let One for All flow throughout you, or when he hits flow, he takes off his teleportation quirk. Because with his teleportation quirk, he has to make sure that he doesn't leave an organ behind, or like, he has to make sure his teleportation quirk flows without him, so he doesn't leave any body part or anything at all, his clothes, whatever, without him. And that's what he thinks of. He was like, oh, just like my teleportation quirk in his head. And he just lets One for All flow without him. He's like, and always like, oh, I'm sorry guys if y'all hear that noise. It's raining outside my house. It's like, yeah, it's raining. And but always like, this kid is a prodigy. Like, he already knows how to control One for All. So for the next 11 days, All Might and Midoriya just been training with One for All in full counter. Or I think that's what he called it. Yeah. Or full Cali. Full Cali. That's not full. Yeah, full Cali. And right now, Deku could only use his max is 30%, but if he doesn't want any stress or anything, he mostly uses 27%. And with his 20%, his fire is crazy strong, his ice is crazy strong, and he could teleport. So his phasing ability, he basically makes it with using 27% of One for All. He basically increase the how much stamina it use. So say it uses 5% without using one for all. But now when he is using one for all with 27%, he can now it only uses 2%. So now he can teleport a lot more. So if he only uses 50% to phase, and or no, he could only teleport what's it called? 12 times or phase 12 times. And now that he has less percentage to teleport, he could teleport I'm just gonna 24 times now. I don't know if that's math is right. Yeah, he can teleport 24 times now using 27%. But when he used 30%, he could just spam his phasing ability. Like it feels like he's just teleporting. But when he teleports, it barely uses any stamina when he's using one for all. Like it feels like he's barely doing anything. But when he teleports to a lot of people, I'll get into that later. Now, because we're done all that, let's get into the first day of UA. So, Momo and Deku see each other and they say hey, cause like they're dating, they're a couple. And Deku says hey to Momo. They sit next to each other, they're talking. Then Bakugo says hey, cause that's his best friend. Yeah, you know. And Ida comes up to Bakugo like, or comes up to the whole group because they're all like talking. He comes up to Bakugo like, put your feet down, like all that drop, and they just start arguing. And Deku just makes a fire. He makes his fire the lowest temperature, and just it makes a towel, I guess you could say, or no, like a something to put around Ida's mouth so he doesn't have to hear it. He's like, shut up, please. And he was like, Ida now can't talk. And Baka was like, thank gosh. Mo was like, really, Deku? And he was like, sorry. And he undoes it. And he was like, why would you do that? And, yeah. Then, what's his name? Zawa walks in. He says, it took you 8 seconds to shut up. And he throws them gym clothes and like, put these on. We're going to do a test. Everybody's like, what? But are we supposed to do the ceremony thing? And he was like, this is my class. I can do whatever I want. So they all get ready. People are, with the boys' locker room, people realize how buff Deku really is. They're like, dang, he's buff. Like, I wonder what his quirk is. Maybe a enhancement quirk? Yeah, maybe. And Zawa will throw the ball to Bakugo and says, throw the ball. And he's like, what's your farthest throw in middle school without using a quirk? Bakugo was like, I don't know, 20 meters or whatever he says. He says, use your quirk now. And Bakugo gets 750 something. Yeah. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, everybody like crazy, like, wow, that was so strong. And then he was like, give the ball to somebody else. And he gives it to Deku, because, yeah. And Midori was like, so he's thinking, what should I do? Should I teleport the ball? Should I make a phoenix out of the ball with my fire? Or a phoenix? Or should I make a dragon? Like he was like, or should I just use one for all? And he had so many ideas. So this is what he does. He makes a fire dragon. Everybody's like, whoa. And he uses once for all to wind it back. He throws the ball. And he teleports the ball mid-air. And while it was still a fire dragon. And then he makes it, then the fire just sprouts and it goes all the way up to the moon, and you can see a little dot in the moon that you couldn't see before, and everybody's like, "What? What's this dude's quirk? He just said like 3 quirks in one." And Zawa was like, "Can you do that again?" He was like, "Oh sure." And because Izawa can't erase all his quirks, he accidentally erases One for All, and he throws the fire dragon. And yeah, it doesn't have. He knows he's not using One for All. He's like, "That's fine. The fire dragon would do all the work," and he teleports it, the fire dragon, and the same thing happens. But you can't see the dot in the moon, but it did go up to the moon. He was like, Izawa was like, "How did you do that?" And I reached a chord. He was like, "Oh, so you're a Razorhead. I had a suspicion that you were. I heard you could raise one quirk. I have multiple quirks." Everybody's like shocked. He has multiple quirks? And Bakugo and Momo are not surprised. He was like, they already knew. And he was like, "Oh yeah, or the one quirk they didn't know he has was an enhancement quirk, but he wouldn't say that. He would say, "I'm a fire ice quirk and a teleportation quirk." And they'll be like, "Okay then, but I erased one of your quirks, but you still used your teleportation quirk and your fire quirk." He was like, "Probably erased my ice quirk then, but your fire ice quirk is one thing." Oh, and Deku was like, "Oh, I know what you did. You probably erased one of my other quirks, fire resistor or ice resistance. Because I probably did it for the fire. It was probably my ice resistance. He just making up a lie because he knows that that's untrue, because you can't erase his fire or ice immunity. Like the Deku says, that's what quirk like, he can't erase, or a Razorhead can erase. He erases one for all." Then everybody's like, "Why wasn't there lightning around your head orb this time?" He was like, "That wasn't lightning. That was like," he was like, "That was just fire." He was like, "No, it was lightning." He was like, "I don't know what you guys talking about." They just move on. Deku gets first at everything. Yeah. Nobody gets expelled, and that's it. So Momo will be like, so Deku or Midoriya will get first. Momo or Bongo is second. Todoroki will get third, and Momo will get fourth. And yeah, this is where I'm going to be ending the video. I'll be posting a video later today maybe, or tomorrow, but yeah, it's gonna be one of those times. So goodbye.